Welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about King's Pawn Opening. Let's start. e4, the King's Pawn Opening, is the most popular first move at all levels of the game. e4 opens lines to develop the queen and the king's bishop. It also fights for control of the center. e4 directly controls d5 and f5, which may or may not be relevant later because black, if they wanted to, could just take those squares away again by playing e6. If white wants to develop some pieces, the most important square they control by playing e4 is, in fact, the e4 square itself. As long as there's a white pawn on e4, there can't be a black pawn on e4, which means white's g1 knight can be developed to f3 without fear of getting kicked away by a pawn and losing a tempo. Black has several ways to respond. The main idea is to find a way to prevent white from achieving or maintaining a two-pawn center with both e4 and d4. They may try to control the d4 square, attack white's e4 pawn directly. e5 is the open game, or the double king's pawn game. It is black's classical response to e4. By mirroring white's move, black grabs an equal share of the center and scope to develop some pieces. e5 is also one of the few moves that directly interferes with white's ideal plan of playing d4. But the move's merit is also a drawback. The longer the position remains symmetrical, the longer white will have an advantage by moving first. Though the move is still common at every level, it saw a modest decline in popularity during the 20th century. Black's pawn on e5 is undefended, so it is easy for white to develop in a way that restricts black's possible responses by threatening to capture it. This is white's most common plan, but they may also choose to develop without attacking. White may attack black's undefended e5 pawn. By attacking, white keeps the initiative. Black is forced to react to white's plans, or they could lose the pawn. Nf3 King's Knight Opening. White develops a piece to a move active square, asserts control in the center and over the d4 square, and attacks black's e5 pawn. This is the most common opening played in chess. Black now chooses defend the pawn or counterattack. Defend black's e-pawn. Black has several ways to defend e5 with a piece or pawn. nc6 is the main line. This develops a piece while also defending e5. A key advantage of nc6 over alternative moves is that nc6 controls both e5 and d4. It is about 5 times more popular than everything else combined. nc6 is the natural and most common move, combining defense of the pawn with control of the d4 square. Black avoids committing another pawn for now. This is the most common position after 2 moves in chess. White has several choices for how to reply, which lead to very different games. On next video, let's discuss about Spanish Opening, which is one of the continuations of the King's Pawn Opening. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.